and welcome back. Today is Thursday, January 22nd. I have your 4 best bets for you in the NBA today. As always, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the page. We get an 8-game NBA slate. We get some pretty banger games. It's a pretty great Thursday slate of NBA action. We get some early games. We get some late night games. It's a fun slate of games. Overall, we kick our day off. Charlotte versus Orlando, 229 over under. Orlando, 6.5 point favorite. Jalen Suggs could be returning, so definitely keep an eye out for him. If you're betting Anthony Black, Anthony Black points, or Desmond Bane, or all of the Orlando Magic points in that one, so definitely keep an eye out for his health status in this one. And then Charlotte is on a back-to-back after playing the Cavs, where they were god-fucking-awful in the first half. But this game should be a fun one. Battle of two fun Eastern Conference teams. It's a fun early-on League Pass game, if I would say so. We get Denver versus Washington. Denver's a 6-point favorite in this one. 231 over under. This game, man, is going to be a struggling game. Trey Johnson should have a good game. Peyton Watson, he's had a few lackluster games in a row. Maybe he bounces back in this matchup in that game. Houston versus Philly, a great game early on at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock slate has some pretty banger games. Houston, 2.5 point favorite in Philly. This one should be a classic. Kevin Durant, Joel Embiid talking shit the whole fucking game. It's going to be electric. Tyrese Maxey, Ahmed Thompson, Reed Shepard, Paul George, VJ Edgecombe. This game should be a great game. This game should be a banger of a game. 221 over under should be a great League Pass game, because the primetime game, I wish that was the primetime game, but the primetime game is Golden State versus Dallas. They wish Jimmy Butler didn't have his torn ACL, but they're happy that Stephen Curry and Cooper Flag, they'll be able to sell the Curry flag all before game. 230 over under. Golden State, 3.5 point favorite. I think the wrong team's favorite. I think Dallas should win this game in this matchup on Prime Video. And I think Cooper Flag should have a pretty good game. But Stephen Curry, I'm a little worried with him. His over-under's at 27.5. I think FanDuel has it higher than DraftKings. But man, oh man, he's had a few lackluster games in a row. Is he finally going to pop off in this matchup? Or is he going to continue to be everyone's full focus on offense? Should be a decent Podzinski game, but I think Cooper Flag has a pretty good game on primetime in this one. Chicago versus Minnesota, the matchup everyone can't wait to watch, because I know I can't wait to watch, because Minnesota dominated the Bulls last time they played. 238 over under. Minnesota 9.5 point favorite. If you're just taking Anthony Edwards overs, I think his over-under is at 32. He's not that great at home versus on the road. On the road, he's incredible at home. I think he's averaging 30 points per game on the road and then 26 at home in that one. But should be a Vucevic game. Minnesota, they struggle versus the centers all season long. Should be a Julius Randle game. Julius Randle, Bulls struggle versus power forwards all season long, so that should be a matchup. But watch Naz Reid just go absolutely Captain Insano mode from 3 like he did last time these two teams played. San Antonio versus Utah, 238 over under. San Antonio, 13.5 point favorite. Prayers up for Utah. I think Lauri Markkanen is ruled out in this one. Champagnie should have a monster day from 3 because they struggle versus spot up shooters in that matchup. Watch Stephon Castle have a nice assist game in that game too. Watch out for Keontae George, most improved player in my opinion. Little Keontae that could. He's looked great overall. You watch him have a great performance against the Spurs, where everyone's doubting them, including me. Watch him have an amazing game in that matchup. Battle of LA, Clippers versus Lakers on Prime Vision. I think the Clippers are now 2.5 point favorite. When I wrote this down, it was Lakers minus 0.5 at the time when I wrote this. 223 over under. This should be a great game too. Great prime game. This is better than the early game. This is going to be in the Clippers arena, so we get to see that fun new arena go at it. Luka Doncic has been a monster. LeBron James has dominated the Clippers in prior games, and we get Kawhi Leonard, James Harden in this matchup overall. Then Miami versus Portland. That game should be a fun over under game. 240 over under. Portland 2.5 point favorite. Just gotta keep an eye out for injuries. I might have a few added plays in the comment section down below, so definitely keep an eye out in the comment section, because we have not learned much injury news going into the slate here today, so definitely keep an eye out down below, and definitely keep an eye out for the injury news today. It's a little weary. We haven't got much for today's slate of games, so there could be a bombshell of someone just being ruled out. But Denny Abdivah looks like he should be playing in this one. Drew Holiday should be playing in this one. Portland looks like they should be healthy. I think Khalil Ware is ruled out, so Bam should have a little bump in that game, but a high over-under matchup. Should be a fast-paced slate of games. I got 4 brand new plays here today. Before we jump into today's plays, we got to recap yesterday's action yesterday in the NBA. Ended up going 2-1 in best bets overall. I thought it was about to be cue the fucking music, 3-0 overall, but the marvelous DeRozan, you were 6 for 6 against Toronto. Now you just have a lackluster game, 9 points. I think he only had 1 or 2 assists in that game. He looked god-awful. It was the Zach LaVine show. It was the Russell Westbrook show in that one. But Brandon Miller, shout out to you, man. Had 2 points at half, and those 2 points were from the free throw line. He had 2 free throws early on. I was like, holy fucking shit. I gave another loser of a play. 17-point third quarter to start off. I switched to playing Arc Raiders. I love playing Arc Raiders, but I switched to playing Arc Raiders at that time, and I was locked in with my friends, and then I was like, holy fucking shit, he's at 19 points. And then he finished the game with 24 points. He had a great game. Jalen Johnson, thanks to you, man. He was sweat-free. Jalen Johnson was beautiful. I think he had 16 at half. I felt amazing about that one overall, but that was yesterday. Today's a brand new day. I'm wanting a 4-0 sweep. I want my lick back from a few days ago. Let's just jump into it. For my first play of the day, going to be in the Charlotte-Orlando game, 229 over under. Orlando, 6.5-point favorite. Orlando coming back from overseas, so definitely keep an eye out for how they play early on in this matchup. But come on, it's a road game. You know me, it's Kon Knueppel time. Every time they play on the road, you got to look at Kon Knueppel's numbers, and he's as consistent as they come. The rookie of the year, in my opinion. So give me Kon Knueppel to score 18-plus points, coming minus 129. On DraftKings Orlando, they allow the 7th most threes to the small forward position these last 15 games. Orlando, these last 7 games, allowed the 5th most threes to the small forward position overall. And we all know Kon Knueppel, he loves to shoot the ball from beyond the arc, so this should be a great matchup for Kon. He's gone over 7 for his last 10 games overall, averaging 17.8 points per game, 17.8. Yeah, baby. Close to 1738. 0 for his last 2 against Orlando, but I think that doesn't tell the full story against Orlando. The first game they played against Orlando was back in October, 8 days into the NBA season. I think it was on Halloween they last played. He had 5 points in that game. Kon Knueppel was just getting back to a tough defensive matchup. Played them back in December. Had 16-plus points. If you remember, that was one of the few games that Kon Knueppel left with an injury in that one. Then he was ruled out for the next game with the high ankle sprain. He had 16 points in that game, only playing 15-plus minutes. He was hooping. 5 for 7 from the field, 4 for 4 from the three-point line. So I think he should have a great game here. Last game, 16 points in only 15 minutes. I think today he gets to easily 18-plus points because we all know him, 78% hit rate on back-to-backs this season. He's been as consistent as they come. He's basically a pro player for this Charlotte Hornets team. 78% hit rate on back-to-backs, averaging 18.8 points per game. The only 2 games he went under was versus OKC back in November, and then it was against Denver a few nights ago where it was a 30-point blowout versus Denver where he had 14 points in that game. Hardly played in that game in the second half overall. 79% hit rate on the road this season, averaging 21 points per game. 75% hit rate on road back-to-backs, averaging 20 points per game, having 20, 28, 18, and 14. And that 14-point game was against Denver in that blowout. I don't think this game should be a blowout since they are road favorites in this one. So even with that, I think this game should be close overall, with Kon Knueppel being a main reason why it's close. These last 10 games, Orlando allows the 20th most straightaway threes, where Kon gets 32% of his shots from. Last 10 games, they allow the 20th most points at the net, where Kon gets 34% of his shots from. So overall, 2 spots in those 2K hot zones right beyond the arc from 3 and in front of the net. Both spots where Kon Knueppel takes nearly, 66% of his shots are 2 spots where Orlando has been struggling these last 10 games. I have him projected here at 20-plus points. Orlando versus small forwards, and especially shooting small forwards, haven't allowed some massive games. Trey Murphy, 21. Paul George, 18. MPJ, 34. Champagne, 17. Spencer Jones, 14. Murray, 13. Jimmy Butler, 21. Cam Johnson, 19. Norman Powell, 21. And OG Anunoby, 21. So a lot of similar players to Kon, like Trey Murphy, PG, MPJ, and Champagne. And Cam Johnson and Norman Powell, all players that are shooting small forwards, all have had some great games against Orlando Magic. So I think Kon Knueppel does the same. The rookie of the year, come on a road back-to-back. I'm trusting you here in this spot. So going to be Kon Knueppel, scored 18-plus points, coming minus 129. on DraftKings. Jump to my second play here. This Houston-Philadelphia game, 221 over-under. Houston, 2.5-point favorite. These last few games, there's been a player that hasn't gotten much run. He's coming off of a game where he had the fewest shots he's had in a while, and that's Kevin Durant. I think Kevin Durant here has a great game. He's had 2 lackluster games in a row, coming off of the fewest shots he has all season. He is this team's ultimate road warrior, so give me Kevin Durant in an amazing game to go over 23.5 points, coming minus 124 on DraftKings. He's gone over 6 for his last 10 games. With the last 5 games, he scored 19, 39, 28, 19, 39, 18, and 18. And he's coming back to back-to-back bad games on the at home. They've played 5 straight games at home, so he's not been that great at home all season. Where on the road, he's even better. 71% hit rate on the road this season, averaging 26.4 points per game. With the last 2 against Philly, he's at 31 and 23. And he's gone only over 2 for his last 4 against Philly, but he's been super consistent against the 76ers. 31, 22, 35, and 23 in those 4 games. So a solid baseline of 22-plus points here. And Kevin Durant, again, 2 lackluster games in a row of 18 and 18, coming off of a 12-shot night last night against the Spurs. Again, 71% hit rate on the road this season. Philly allows the 25th most points in the mid-range, where Kevin Durant gets 27% of his shots in the mid-range, so we love that coming in this game. He's taken over that DeMar DeRozan master of the mid-range. Philly is 27th versus the pick-and-roll ball handler, where KD gets 15% of his shots from. Philly is 17th in free throw attempts allowed, and we know Kevin Durant, he loves to go to the free throw line, gets 20% of his points from the free throw line. Small forwards versus Philly have had some massive games. Daniil Hunter and Jalen Taysom back-to-back overs for them. OG Anunoby, 19. Wells, 14. Michael Porter Jr., a similar player, 28. Cooper Flagg, 24. And then LeBron James, another older statesman, had 29 against the 76ers. I think in this game, being a close spread, -2, I think Philly's going to make Kevin Durant score. Not make him score, but make Kevin Durant have to elevate. I think Joel Embiid's going to talk some shit to him. I think Philly's going to keep this game very close and competitive, and I think that's when they're going to lean on Kevin Durant. He's been this team's ultimate road warrior all season. Again, 71% hit rate on the road. Projected here at 25-plus points. Come on, it's a little too low for Kevin Durant. He's normally around 25.5 for his point total all season, so I think it's these 2 lackluster games in a row. So it's going to be Kevin Durant to go over 23.5 points, coming minus 123. On DraftKings. Jump to my third play here in the Chicago-Minnesota game. My kryptonite. I'll always have a Chicago Bulls play no matter what. It's what I started this channel on, just talking NBA Bulls action. Now we move to the whole regular season. We will always have a Chicago Bulls play. It's my kryptonite no matter what. And Nikola Vucevic, I have hated taking his overs so many times. I don't love taking Nikola Vucevic. As you can tell, I'm always on Josh Giddey, Kobe White, Manas Buzelis, Trey Jones, Ayo Dosunmu. I rarely take Nikola Vucevic over, so I'm here today. I'm going to be putting my clown mask on, so it's going to be Nikola Vucevic to go over 16.5 points, coming minus 114 on FanDuel. Minnesota, man, they struggle versus the centers. They allow the 5th most points and the 5th most threes to the center position. These last 15 games, they allowed the most points and the 3rd most threes to the center position. Then these last 7 games, they still allowed the most points and the 9th most threes to the center position. And Nikola Vucevic has dominated this matchup in prior games. 4 for his last 5, averaging 20.2 points per game versus the T-Wolves, having 24, 19, 25. Then these last 2 games, then he's had 10, and then he had 23 versus them this season at home. Vuce has gotten this over 7 for his last 10 games overall, averaging 19.9 points per game. I know Josh Giddey is returning in this matchup, but I still think he's going to be on a minutes restriction, so they still will need some scoring from their from players that have been playing, and that's Nikola Vucevic. Minnesota allows the 21st most points in the paint, where Vuce gets 33% of his shots. So in the paint, they allow the 21st most points in the paint, where Vuce gets 33% of his shots. Minnesota is 27th versus the roll man, where Vuce gets nearly 30% of his points from. I think we're going to get a lot of high screen and rolls, and Vuce is going to set up to the little mid-range that he loves to do, and then he'll do the little mid-range shot right over Rudy Gobert like he's been doing in prior matchups. Vuce on the season has a 63% hit rate versus teams that are bottom 5 versus the roll man. Last 3 games versus teams that are bottom 5 versus the roll man. He's had 21, 23 and 35 points in those games. Centers versus Minnesota have had some massive games. Nurkic 16, Wemby 39, Kornet 8, Clint Capella had 4, Şengün 25, Wemby again 29, Jared Allen 16, Porzingis 16, Okongwu 17, Vucevic 23, and Jokic 56. I have him projected here at 19 plus points here. I think they're going to lean heavy on the big man here in this matchup here. Minnesota, they struggle versus centers all season long. So give me Nikola, Vucevic to go over 16.5 points. Come on, minus 114 on FanDuel. Jump into my fourth and final play of the day in this battle of LA. This game should be great. Should be a great late night primetime game. I'm going to be using my FanDuel 25% profit boost. I haven't done one of these in a little bit, but using my FanDuel 25% profit boost to get Kawhi Leonard to get 25 plus points all the way down to minus 129. Using that FanDuel, if you go log in, it's on the top. They say you want to use the 50%, the no sweat, or the 225% profit boost. I like to take the 225% profit boost like I normally do. They used to give us 50. If I'm being weird, they used to give us 50%. Now it's just 25%, but give me Kawhi Leonard to score 25 plus points using that profit boost to get it at minus 129 on FanDuel. The Lakers, they struggle versus the small forward position all season long. Lakers allow the third most points and the fourth most threes to the small forward position. These last 15 games, they allow the second most points and the eighth most threes. And then these last 7 games, they allow the 7th most points and the 10th most threes. I like this even at 26.5. So if you're like, I don't want to use my 25 or I used it for another one, I still like this for him to get to over 26.5 overall, because at home this season, he's an 81% hit rate on both numbers overall, averaging 33 points per game at home this season. He's gone over 8 for his last 10 games overall, averaging 32.4 points per game, over 2 for his last 4 against the Lakers overall, averaging 26.2 points per game. With the last 4 games against the Lakers, he's had 21, 33, 19, and 32, and that 32-point game was at home this season, where his over-under was at 26.5, at the same number that you're getting overall, where he had 32 points per game. These last 5 games, the Lakers allowed the 27th most straightaway threes, where Kawhi Leonard, I can't believe what I'm saying, Kawhi Leonard has taken 50% of his shots from straightaway threes. Sheesh. I've never seen him take that many. He's mostly a mid-range shooter. And the Lakers, they've been struggling these last 5 games. LA allows the 16th most points to the pick-and-roll ball handler, where Kawhi Leonard gets 21% of his points from. He's been taking a few days off here, so should be well rested in this home matchup here. Small forwards versus LA have had some massive games. Spencer Jones, 16. Kon Knueppel, 19. Corey Crisper, 19. DeMarvelous DeRozan, a similar player type, 32. AJ Green, 11. Keldon Johnson, 27. Trey Murphy, 42. Jaden Wells, 23. DeMar DeRozan, again, 22. And Dylan Brooks, 25 plus points. I have him projected here at 28 plus points here in the Battle of LA. I'm leading on the Kawhi Leonard to go over, not over, but to score 25 plus points, coming minus 129, using that FanDuel 25% profit boost on FanDuel. But those are my 4 best bets for you in the NBA today. As always, let me know down below what's your best bet. I always love to tell you guys in the comment section. Today we're riding Kawhi 25 plus points using that FanDuel boost. Vucevic 16.5 points over. Kevin Durant over 23. And Kon Knueppel, Mr. Consistency, Rookie of the Year to get 18 plus points. Let me know down below what's your best bet. And anybody down there, please leave a like and subscribe. I appreciate you guys watching. I just started off just doing NBA action, talking plays to you guys, and I just enjoy talking through the good days and bad. I love to talk NBA action. Fun slate of games here overall. As always, it shows me 90% of viewers that watch this channel are unsubscribed. So I'm talking to you. If you keep clicking back, might as well subscribe. It means the world to me overall. It means the most to me overall. I really appreciate it overall. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know down below. I always love to talk to you guys in the comment section. Hopefully you're having a wonderful Thursday. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling great for this slate. Keep on smiling, and I will see you in the next one.